はじめまして、てるみさん。イリーナです。ウクライナ出身です。でも20年ハワイに住んでいます。仕事は内科医です。でももうあまり働いていません。日本の文化に感謝しています。なぜなら、いろいろなところに旅行してましたが、日本は特別に感じました。趣味は旅行と写真を撮ることです。
ああ、そうですか。ちなみにイリナさんはどのぐらい日本語を勉強してるんですか？
6ヶ月です。
え、6ヶ月だけ。すごいですね。
まだ
素
まだひよこ
晴らしい。
です。
ちなみに将来、日本に引っ越したいですか？
引っ越したくはないです。でも、長く滞在したいです。
そうですか。
ゆっくり旅をするのが好きです。一つの場所に長くいて、雰囲気をしっかり感じたいタイプです。中山道ハイキングしてからがきっかけで、日本文化が好きになりました。
そうなんですね。で、イリナさんはどんな日本の文化が好きですか？
特に和やわびさび、一期一会という考え方に気を感じています。
そうなんですね。
日本の文化をもっと理解したくて、日本語や着物の着付けも習っています。日常の小さな瞬間の美しさを大切にしたいと思っています。
素晴らしい。
日本語で詩を作りました。シェアしてもいいですか？
もちろん。
日本のどこかで、微風の雪森、京都の静かな道、手の中の戦いお茶、ここでは、ゆっくりでいい、そのままでいい、多分それが大事なこと。Somewhere in Japan.
わあ、素敵。ありがとうございます。
Steam rising in Bippu, quiet steps in Kyoto, a warm cup of tea in my hands. Life feels simpler here. Slow down, notice more. Let the moment be enough. Maybe that's the lesson.
So, Irina-san, this is actually already second challenge, the YouTube recording with me. First of all, thank you so much for joining. And also you completed now it's level one, level two, and now you are at the level three. And if anyone actually knows already, Irina-san, the first challenge at the first level one, and now actually you can have longer sentences, even more complicated. Now you actually even share some kind of haiku. It's like a song. So thank you so much, Irina-san. If maybe somebody actually know Irina-san in Japan language faculty community, or maybe just somebody actually saw you first time, can you a little bit tell me about your name, where you from originally, and where do you live right now?
Hello, I'm Irena. I live in Hawaii now, but I'm originally from Ukraine. I've been in United States over 30 years, and I practice as a practicing physician. My life basically was in the United States, and I this is uh, my life went. My life is in a different country than my country of origin, so I know how difficult it is to learn the
Mm.
language and have a full command. But I actually enjoy the challenge because when you can speak with somebody in this language, in the culture, you understand the country much better. And my 60th birthday, I went hiking with my son the Kasanda Trail. And although I've been to Japan before, but that time I discovered part of the culture I really enjoy. And so in September, October last year, I found Japanese Language Factory and started learning Japanese. And I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoy my time now and could do things that I didn't have time to do before with confidence. And yes, I really enjoy now that I could actually make a small talk with my Japanese neighbor or
Mm-hmm.
meet somebody. We have a lot of tourists in Hawaii and meet a tourist and have a conversation in Japanese. How are you? Where did you come from? Have you been to
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii before? And this is amazing.
Amazing. And with you're living in Hawaii, you're not actually living in Japan. And people think, wow, learning Japanese, it sounds very difficult. Sounds like an impossible language, this, Japanese characters, and especially, oh, I'm not living in Japan, so maybe it's even more harder. So people even, I think, giving up before trying because it's just looks difficult language in circumstances, either they're working, they're not living in Japan. But how did you actually kind of start, and then how did you decide to learn?
です。でも、楽しいです。it's difficult, but this is a challenge. I always enjoy the characters, actually. I even I have a chicken scratch doctor's writing, so the calligraphy was one interest because I knew this is very far from where I am. And the characters are very interesting. But I started like everybody. I started that I did like the sound, and I do like languages. I speak other languages, but I really started with Duolingo and some applications, and then you spend a lot of time. I was like on day 545 of Duolingo and couldn't speak.
Really? 500?
Yes, yes,
Wow.
still couldn't speak. I started preparing for my trip. And then I go in the restaurant and I froze, and I don't know how. I know thank you, I know hello, but not beyond that. And then I found Japanese Language Factory, which looked interesting to me. And I do like the immersion method because what you do is you speak like the child would. You start speaking. You don't know what you pronounce. You don't know how to write, and I'm still learning hiragana and katakana. However, speaking makes it much more. It's kind of learning it backwards. Speaking Japanese make it much more interesting to learn the characters because now you know the words and you don't get frustrated. As you know, there is 5,000 of characters, which is just common, and probably 500,000 words, and you can never learn everything, but just one
Yeah.
sentence a day and repeat it 20 times. And then when you meet somebody, it just comes out, rolls of your tongue. I like the challenge. I think learning foreign language discover just gets you into this discovery mode because it's very interesting how Japanese, how Chinese characters came. And if you like history or if you like culture or like kimono, just because it's a beautiful ritual and it makes you slow down and appreciate.
Definitely. And especially, Irena-san, you already tried Duolingo 500 days. And I'm curious because it's a lot of people actually use Duolingo. And even I was in the airplane yesterday, and then I look at the next guy was actually doing like this, and then what he's doing? He was literally actually using Duolingo, and I think it's learning a different language. Maybe it was not, maybe not Japanese, but so many people use. And I'm just curious because you are very, consistent. Anything that you do is very consistent. That's why you finished 500 days of Duolingo. But when you're actually using Duolingo, did you think about that maybe this is gonna actually help and then you're gonna be able to speak when you arrived in Japan? Or just you're doing and maybe hoping to be able to speak? Like, what did you think about that time?
Well, I started it because that was in 2025, about 6 months before my trip, and I tried to find the tutor on the reply. And I said, I'm going to Japan. I want to know common phrases, how to say this and this, how not, and I would like to know customs not to be this American which completely barges through and being very culturally disrespectful. I don't want to do that. And guess what? We started with hiragana and katakana, and I knew that I'm not going to get where I need to get. And Duolingo was, in a way, yeah, you progress through this challenges. It's a game. It gives points. It encourages you to take a lesson. I understood structure of the sentences, but the problem was when I needed to remember, I couldn't. When I needed to say something, I didn't. It's good when you have to fill the missing word and it kind of makes sense, and then there is a picture. It's helpful to some degree, but you are not going to start speaking because there is really no speaking practice. There is some phone calls with the characters, but when I tried that in a different language, I tried that in Spanish, it actually doesn't really translate well. It's not really natural. Any conversation with AI actually will not be a natural conversation. as of right now.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I did not get when I spent, it was very interesting and gamified. I played sometimes too. But it is not what I wanted. And what I wanted
Mm-hmm.
was to have a conversation with Japanese, to go stay in a guest house and speak a little bit to the owner. And this year I was able to do this. I went to Bitu's guest house, very nice, lovely owner, a lady who did not speak Japanese. I went to the local onsen, and then you can have a
Mm.
conversation because that's how local people are very curious about this foreigner who actually knows how to enter onsen, and then they will ask you questions. And I was able to hold my own in Kushiro and Bipu. So I don't think you can do it with Duolingo, but with Japanese Language Factory, I was grateful for that experience. That was really authentic.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Yeah. I mean, you went so many places, even this during the master course 1 to 3, and now actually you have another trip planned. And always when you join the group session, you share the new experience. You had this conversation with your neighbors. You went there. So it's always like you share with me something new. It was really actually fun to see the real person making a really the kind of life progress, not just about the language itself. It's just like your experience is actually getting more rich. So that's something like I was really happy hearing. But people actually look at you and how do you actually learn to speak? You said just 20 times you repeat, but it's still like people think it's very traditional way to study isn't still common. Like how do you actually like learn to speak without even spelling test, without grammar test, without a lot of kanji hiragana test, and you just simply speak? So if somebody asks you like how did you learn, usually how do you give advice?
What's a different skill? You speak and you learn how to speak just like kids do, and this is the method. And there is method, similar methods, but in Japanese language factory, you actually have native speakers and the tutors who will correct you your pronunciation, and then you practice. And then the words just come to you when you in a situation. In Hawaii, we have a lot of our cultural background. There is a lot of Japanese. For example, this weekend, tonight, is the start of a Bon Festival in Hawaii.
Mm,
And I will
cool.
go take some photos. And I will definitely, yes, there would be several groups from in Hawaii Plantation Village, several groups from different parts of Oahu Island, all the Japanese groups. We do have Japan Cultural Center, and we do have older Japanese speakers. And here I am with my camera. I'm going to ask to take pictures in Japanese. I hope to make some new acquaintances in Japanese, but you have to put yourself in that position and don't afraid to make mistake, because every time that
Mm-hmm.
I spoke and I made some pronunciation mistake, they appreciate that I'm learning and it's difficult, and they just appreciate the effort. So if you start speaking and you can't find word, you always, the Japanese language factory tells you, you can ask what does it mean in Japanese, or can you explain me, or slow down. And you learn these tools to how to keep conversation going, and your mindset, which is very important. My goal was to have 3 minute or 1 minute, and now maybe 30 minutes conversation. And yes, sometimes I'm at loss of words, and but you can get out of it by say, well, I would like to say this, um, and also that you find partners, maybe online too, who learn in English, and then you can do a little bit of exchange, which is very helpful because
Amazing.
they would not speak English as well as they would like, and they would like to learn, and you would like to learn Japanese. And here you're having this very animated conversation. Some of it is pantomimic, you're showing,
Mm.
but you get to understand each other. And we kind of did this very supportive environment because we practice in a group. You practice it so many times that you remember what you want to say, and then people asking you random questions that you don't expect, but you're in a safe environment, and it somewhat makes things much easier. But think about that this is an experience. Even if it is went very funny, that's going to be a good story to tell.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
example, yes, for example, how I spoke with a young policeman, and I'm absolutely terrible in sports, and he wanted to talk about sports and anime, and I had zero, and I didn't know who Otani was. Now I do, to my regret. But this is very funny. You can be with someone who very interested to speak English, but then you don't know their interest, and sometimes, and we laughed about that. And then I also spoke with very nice lady who, like me, I just had my first grandchild, and that was exciting for both of us because we just chatted about our grandchildren. So these things will happen, of course, but you will enjoy the experience, or you will have a very
Yeah.
good story to tell.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I love that Irenas are never afraid of. And then it's everything, it just make it so positive experience. But from my experience, either people who don't learn Japanese or who don't learn a new language or who does not actually just getting out from the comfort zone. And even though they live in Japan, some people actually never really try to speak because maybe they don't want to sound it like child. They want to be always cool. I don't want to speak Japanese. It's like I don't want to make a
Kakui desu.
mistake. How you overcome this, either fear of being stupid, fear of being, something wrong, and how do you make it so positive for
Well, I
you?
think when you reach 60, there is very little you cannot do. I think you don't really afraid of anything anymore. And you realize that life is only one, and you cannot add um, time to your life, but you can add life to your time. This is an experience. Travel, learn a new language. You will regret things you didn't do. Give yourself permission to make a mistake. Give yourself permission to go on a trip and have some maybe not so amazing experience, but it's an adventure. It makes a great story. I think the older we get, the more we realize that what did you do in your life? If you just watch TV and go on the couch and go walk in your neighborhood, you may be missing out. But when you get out and try to look, you may find things that you would not, that you would love.
Yeah, definitely. This is actually the something it's you can only experience forever because you actually have amazing career, but it's at some point you can actually retire and then what's the next? And either you mentioned like you just actually going home and staying home and then watching the Netflix and just actually cook and eat and then watch TV again. And, it's kind of repeating the same things at some point. Or even if you make a mistake, you can actually have a new experience, talk to a new people in Japan. Maybe you are going to have a new experience. Even though maybe you make a mistake, you have something new experience. So that's actually something people actually need to recognize for sure.